Before moving on this week, I want to introduce you to some basic terminology or some philosophical jargon. So terminological point one. We've been dealing with arguments this week, and they are comprised of premises and conclusions. But what are these premises and conclusions? If you take our time-honored example, Socrates is a man, all men are mortal, therefore Socrates is mortal. On the one hand, a simple answer to the question, what are these premises and conclusions, would be they are sentences. And that wouldn't be wrong, they are indeed sentences. However, philosophers generally prefer to speak of propositions, which is the word they use for the thought that's being expressed by the sentence. Now that might seem like an unnecessary complication to you, but take the following three sentences. I live in America. J'habite en Amérique and ani gar barsot aprit. The first is in English, the second is in French, the third is in Hebrew. They are three different sentences, but they all mean the same because they all express the same thought, or in philosophical terms, they all express the same proposition. And in logic, that's what matters. Our argument about Socrates would remain valid regardless of the language in which it was presented, regardless of the particular sentences that were being used to express the ideas. So often you will read and hear me speak of propositions rather than sentences. Terminological point number two. All of the propositions that we've been dealing with are what we call truth apt. They have truth aptness. And that means we can apply one of the truth values to them. There are two truth values. Sentences, or rather propositions, can be true or they can be false. Those are the two truth values. Now note, not all sentences we utter have truth values. Take shut that door. Now, that's perfectly meaningful, but it's an imperative, a command. It's not a statement that can be true or false. So it's not truth apt, and it has no truth value. Whereas pigs can fly expresses a proposition. That proposition is truth apt. It has a truth value. It happens to be false. But it's very different from shut that door, or how are you would be another example, a question. That question can't be true or false. It's not truth apt. It has no truth value. So, to use our newly acquired jargon, not all of the statements that we make express propositions that can take truth values, but arguments are comprised of premises and conclusions which do all express propositions that can be assigned truth values. And there endeth the lesson.